Mambo vipi mtazamaji popote pale ulipo, mimi natumai uko vizuri na salama. Hii ni Double Updates, jina langu ni Mr. Double J. Karibu tena kwenye ulimwengu wa siasa na nimemtafuta hapa Kevin Odora ama ukipenda The Bold namna ambavyo watu wengine wanapenda kumuita, lakini tuna mengi sana ya kuzungumza. Kwa hiyo kitu ambacho nakuomba ni baki na sisi mwanzo mwisho. Brother, ni aje?
Fresh.
Uko salama?
Niko salama sana. Labda za huko.
Fresh, maisha yanaendelea, inabidi maisha yaendelee sasa.
Maisha inabidi isonge.
Mbona saiki yako iko chini hivyo? Inakwaje? Vitu ambavyo vinaendelea au Saiki lazima ipotee.
Saiki lazima ipotee kidogo bwana, lakini tuko sawa,
lakini itapika vitu bado vinatengenezwa. Najua ni kitu kipi ambacho kinaendelea, lakini kabla sijakuuliza swali lolote, nataka uniambie unazungumziaje namna ambavyo nchi ilivyo sasa hivi.
I think that is relatively calm. Many people have really been complaining that the country seems to have taken the path for peace and not really trying to look at the injustices. And of course this country, we've had a history of injustices, so maybe I think it is so unfortunate that the country is not looking at what is really right for them. But they just, of course I also know peace is right, but is there going to be an end to electoral malpractice? So of course we are a growing democracy, so that could be it.
Kuna mtu ambaye sasa hivi anajiuliza kwamba huyu Raila atakuwa anatafuta nini? Ni kitu kipi ambacho anatafuta? Kwa sababu mali yako nayo, ni mtu ambaye ana kila kitu ambacho nadhani, au ana vitu ambavyo binadamu anaweza kutamani kuwa nayo, si ndio? Ni kitu kipi ambacho anapigania, au ni nini anataka kufanya ambacho labda ndio maana anapigania nafasi hii hapa ambayo tunaweza kusema ameimiss kwa muda mrefu sana?
I think to many people they call it opaque. But one thing I want to say is, I think if you look at Raila Odinga's presidential bid, all the way from, let me just backtrack to 2017, there was that narrative of taking people to Canaan. Even though that was used because it's relational with the Kenyan public, people looking Canaan. However, there was an array of hope. There is hope that is in Raila Odinga. There are people who see that Raila Odinga was going to be an end to corruption. Raila Odinga was going to bring an end to ills of the government, what the government is doing, the murder, election malpractice and all that. So Raila Odinga symbolizes an element of transformation, an element of change. Now that is why you will realize that people who are feeling uncomfortable, the people who are aggrieved by the fact that, not aggrieved, but the people who were supporting him, if you talk to them, you see the way people are talking online, they say Kenyan seems to have chose a different path and there is no end to corruption, because vis-a-vis the other side, Raila Odinga's competitor William Ruto, in the campaign trail he was branded as a man who is corrupt. He was branded as a man with untamed anger. And that was a gap that was to be filled by Raila Odinga. So that phenomenal personality, the personality of Raila Odinga, people saw that this is the man that can take this country to where it really belongs. So that is what Raila represents.
Hiyo ndio kitu ambacho anahitaji sana. Ukiulizwa sababu zako za Raila kupeleka malalamishi yake kotini, wewe unaweza kusema vitu gani kutokana na uchaguzi ambao tumetoka? Of course tumeona namna ambavyo vitu vilitokea, maneno yakazungumziwa, commissioners na wale pia wakazungumza. Kivyako kama Kevin Odora, unahisi sababu zako ni gani ambazo unaweza kusema mimi naona 1, 2 na 3 basi zinaweza kufanya au zinatakikana basi Raila basi azipeleke kule mbele kotini alafu tuone inakuaje?
Raila before handshake was more of a social activist. He was a reformer. He was a reform candidate, and I can say that in the just concluded general election, if perhaps it's concluded, I know it's not, maybe. It was a reform ticket. And it became so difficult for him because he was also having the baggage of a handshake government of Jubilee too. However, if you ask me why Raila is going to Supreme Court, number one, the Supreme Court verdict is going to set a momentum for the opposition politics. That's what people don't see. Okay. If he goes to court and loses that appeal and loses the case, that to him shall have set the dust and settled the matter, but it will depend, it will then form the basis of what they want to do next. Okay. Are there reforms that are to be done in Supreme Court? Are there reforms that are needed in terms of the IBC and all that? It will actually form the basis. However, many have looked at it as going for the merit that maybe Raila won the election. The Raila Odinga team might still plan to go if, and I'm saying if, they have a feeling that they won the election and it was robbed. And many people believe that. Many people see that because some of the transactions at Bomas of Kenya during the verification process and even around the ballot printing tender and the 3 foreigners from Venezuela, you know, it really casts a lot of aspersions on those results. So Raila Odinga, if you ask me, is feeling like he has won the election. He won the election, but it was a victory that was robbed. I see that one as a possibility, number one, why he's actually coming out and say, look here, I am going for that election. Two, I want to bring to your attention, the day William Ruto was announced the president-elect, there was some small unrest in some parts of the country. And if you talk to people who supported Raila, they will tell you that I think there was, this one was all over in social media, that don't come and tell us that umeibiwa. True. What we will see. You understand?
Now I get your point.
So going to Supreme Court, one, would actually cool the supporters. Because if you're saying umeibiwa, what have you done?
Okay.
Understand?
Yeah.
What have you done? So he's just trying to make sure that he goes to court, at least he makes an effort of justifying the fact that his victory was snatched. I don't think it was utterly due. I think it's a snatching. If you ask me, it was this one ilikuwa kwa mdomo. Anataka tu kumeza hivi alafu inatolewa. You understand? That is what happened. So Raila is going to court to look for, he must justify it was stolen. And the only place he can justify is Supreme Court. So I think people watch the bold. I did an analysis. I looked at Abdullahi Nasir, Grand Mura himself. He's a lawyer that was supporting William Ruto. And he was saying that IBC, that Joe Musheru and the team and the Chinese company are actually auditing IBC systems to bring in the real figures, or rather to just bring evidence. I think Raila is trying to prove that his victory was stolen. Whether the court might nullify the election or not, but through going to Supreme Court, it will provide a platform for him to show Kenyans what exactly happens. Number two, it's to cool the supporters. Yes, there need to be an element of calm. And you know, I've not yet confirmed whether it's going to Supreme Court because I have not seen any. They have not taken any case there. Maybe they will take it last minute, so they're still keeping their calm so that they get their opponents flat-footed.
Mr. Chebukati anasema wale makamishna wanne walikuwa wanajaribu kusukuma Raila na mambo kama hayo. Ikawa watu wanasema kwamba mbona reasoning yake imekuwa ndogo sana.
Let me ask you. How about if Chebukati was stopping the rerun?
Naoma.
You also have to look at this in that angle. You cannot come. These are two sides of the coin. If he's saying those ones wanted to force a rerun, why was he stopping a rerun that was there?
Na watu wanajiuliza kwa sababu gani hajatupea sababu za wale kutaka kuisukumia ile rerun. Hatupei reason.
Yani, what Chebukati is doing, he's actually just trying to profile the 4 commissioners that they are supporting as Azimio la Umoja. He's trying to draw the line so that he pushes. Already there is a public narrative by the Kenya Kwanza team that the 4 commissioners were pro-Azimio, which is, I don't want to deny, that's the truth. They most likely they were pro-Azimio. But I think it is not it's so unfair for someone to believe Chebukati telling that Chebukati said that the four wanted to force a rerun. How about if it is Chebukati who was, there was already a rerun that Chebukati was blocking? Why was Chebukati, if the answer was stopping, then why was Chebukati avoiding the rerun? I'm one person that believes there was supposed to be a rerun.
And I think hapo nyuma ulikuwa unaizungumzia. Kuna uwezekano
mkubwa sana wa rerun. And I think there was a rerun. It was a rerun that was just
vitu vikatokea. Unadhani Raila anaweza kashinda kesi kulingana na namna ambavyo unaiona?
Yes. Yes, on one condition. Don't tell stories of anomalies. The evidence of anomalies must be watertight, must be tangible, and quantitative. This is what I mean. If you're saying that these anomalies affected constituencies X, Y, and Z, the Supreme Court must just determine that without these anomalies, was Raila going to win? Or was it a runoff? That should be the ground. It should not be on another electoral reform. I think it's enough with about electoral reform. It should be that I got 7 million and X votes and my votes were given this. So this is what I believe. And I can tell you, if they do that, even the general public will believe. If Azibi should go and tell the judges, guys, look here, we got 7.6 million votes, but we were given 6.9. That one, even the Kenyan public, when you consume that, the person who is following that Supreme Court proceeding from my house, I will still say, oh, kumbe tulinyang'anywa. So even if there is a rerun, there's still going to be. That case must be watertight.
Okay.
Even though Azimio winning the case will be on the basis of that this was robbed. I want to tell you that William Ruto is three steps ahead in that Supreme Court case.
Okay.
Yeah, because in terms of the case, it's not just enough as evidence. You must have evidence and you must make sure that people's pockets are not dry. You must weten people's pockets.
Iwapo marudio itafanyika, unadhani ni sehemu gani Azimio au timu ya Raila Odinga wanafaa kufocus nayo sana? Labda hawakufocus nazo, ndo sasa hivi wanakuja kugundua kumbe pale ndo tuliwaacha.
This is it.
Wanafaa kufanya.
The Mount Kenya push was overrated. The Nyanza voters had a very general feeling. We are getting it. Why? Central Kenya has never voted for Raila. This time round we have 40%. That was a comfort zone. I think, and someone needed to have said that Raila is not getting vote from Central. The Central vote was overrated. So Nyanza became very comfortable. That, we are getting it. I'm telling you, if you are a rerun, myself, I can make the initiative. Go to a polling station, give me the names of the people there. There are people in that village, they stay in that village, get their numbers, call them. Each one of them, Boda, tunapiga kura, are you coming? Uko wapi? To be fair. Make sure out of 700, 674 votes. If there is a rerun, Raila should not focus on Central Kenya. The votes that are in Central Kenya, he will get them. He should just go back to Nyanza, and even if not him, everything should be done that everyone, literally everyone should vote. Let me tell you, the things that costed Raila, Nyanza, let's not lie. Kisumu, there's no Nyanza county that did 80%. If there is a rerun, they need 94. If they would have voted 94%, by 9 a.m. Raila would be the president-elect. Another problem was the CBD here in Nairobi. They went and brought Igade, and they left Tim Wanyonyi. Tim Wanyonyi would have brought ODM votes, and people would have voted ODM suit, governor, senator, women rep. And then ODM would have swept this city. There are many people who did not go to the ballot because of Tim Wanyonyi.
True.
Igade did not help Raila Odinga. In fact, there are more votes for Raila Odinga that were converted to Igade. But Igade did not give Raila Odinga votes.
I think iko very clear. Nataka tumalizie, iwapo tutarudi hiyo itakuwepo, Raila ashinde, ni picha gani itaonekana kwa Ruto? Kwamba tunajua ya kwanza litangazwa mshindi, lakini ya pili sasa hajatangaza, ameshindwa, wewe ni picha gani ambayo itakuja? Ama ni kitu kipi watu unadhani watazama?
The president elect is a very hot-tempered man. That one thing I can know. What could only be seen is that there was a monkey business in the commission.
Yeah.
Yes. That will be very open that there was something that happened.
Okay.
Yes.
Nataka tumalizie maneno yako ya mwisho kwa mtu ambaye anatazama.
This is it. Peace has been overrated. I am one person that I got so agitated by people who, even the day people are voting, they were sitting somewhere comfortable. They were already telling Kenyans that let's not fight. We are not going to fight in this country. We are past that. The thing is, we have a growing democracy. If we cover everything with the very beautiful peace jargons, we are lying to ourselves. Okay. Because we have a growing democracy, let's allow, and for that democracy to grow, even the legal frameworks must work.
Okay.
The only thing that will stretch and question and make us really ask ourselves critical questions is Raila going to Supreme Court. So the Supreme Court move should not be seen as one way of disputing results. No. Somebody should not demonize Raila for going to Supreme Court, because again, I am telling you, we are in 2022. Whatever was used in 2022, the bearing was in 2017 Raila Odinga nullification. So that nullification, like of 2017, it did not only, it also gave a framework, it gave a bearing. IBC really struggled and they had to change many things. Last time, within 2 days, they were announcing President-elect night. This time round, and if Raila goes to court, we are going to find more loopholes and find how things are going to, and so we have a growing democracy. Sure. Someone is so dishonest by saying that we're going to court, and that is why I don't like. I think the people out of this country, this president of other countries, they should just leave us alone. This is our problem. We will need them when we need bilateral talks. They don't give us money to conduct our elections. Even if we are going to run around, a president in 7 years is not going to give us money to run an election. We will meet them when we are talking about business and IGAD and market barriers. But on matters of our growing democracy, that should remain within our borders.
Nice. Nadhani tumezungumza, tumepiga story, umepata mawili matatu ambayo labda haukuwa unajua. By the way, asanteni sana kwa wote ambao tayari wamesubscribe kwenye YouTube channel yangu. Kama ni mara yako ya kwanza, basi unaweza kusubscribe ili twende vizuri. Asanteni.